On a moist June Tuesday, Josh and Alon ventured off to report on the New Jersey primary, encompassing positions from the governor to the town council people. They planned their excursion with high hopes, and for the first time ever, Alon believed that he would have a part in the political process through his use of the ballot. What they found when they arrived shook them to the core, and prompted a journey to become one with the election, even if the odds seemed against them.
What happened?
So I found out I can't vote.
I
was under the impression someone at the building told me, administration building told me that as long as you're 18 before the general election, you'll be fine to vote in the primary. Turns out that is not the case. I talked to the New Jersey State Election Office, and they told me that I cannot vote even in the primary until I am 18. That means I cannot vote for who I was intending to vote for, and I'll be voting in the general election, but I don't think that's going to be as important as what's going to happen right now. But either way, if you're in a situation like me or you forgot to register to vote for the primaries, vote for the general election. Lack of voter participation is what makes Republicans win.
How pissed are you, Alon?
I'm semi-pissed, but I should have done my own homework.
Are you royally pissed?
For media sake, yeah! I was betrayed!
Are you ready to talk to the voters?
Yes.
Because you're not one.
We'll be asking you all questions. Maybe what you're looking for in a candidate. Nothing specific about who you're voting for. Kind of going around trying to get the feel of the voter population.
So we ventured off, not to become a part of the election, not to influence it, but to report on it, and to make sure that the mainstream population understood what we understood, what the issues were, what the motivations were. And thus, we arrived at Alon's polling station at Temple Beth Shalom, which had previously turned him away, which had crushed his dreams, and in many ways made it seem that Jim Johnson would ultimately lose because he lacked a singular vote from Alon. Our heroes were ill-informed as they traversed the sidewalk up into the building by the flag and the voting here sign. They were unsure of the law, unsure of what they could do, unsure of their powers as they entered the threshold. They passed the critical mark between where they could turn around and where they had to continue and complete the journalistic process of gaining the truth.
So apparently that whole rule about 100 feet from the polling place when recording and everything, I thought that only applied to candidates. Apparently that also applies to anyone just videotaping to ask people random questions. So first we need to get press credentials at Blackwood, and then we can go back and ask a bunch of questions. Hopefully by the time we get back, we'll be fine. Yeah.
Are you still pissed, Alon? Why is democracy pulling you down?
I feel like I've been ill-educated about the whole process.
But you won't be, because you're listening to us right now.
We make these mistakes so you don't have to.
And so our quest began. On the roads to Blackwood, we discussed what we would talk about once we had access to the voters, and eagerly awaited the arrival of our papers, giving us observer status to finally do our job.
We are in the Camden County Board of Elections.
So, what are we doing here?
Getting our credentials.
And who's going to be recording the video from now on? Because I don't have a photo ID on me.
Yeah, because for some reason he doesn't have either any photo ID.
It's sort of crazy. Look at us. We're here. We made it. It actually was a long drive. There was a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
Like pre-rush hour type stuff.
We kind of got into a bad part of the neighborhood because Josh can't give directions.
Well, we're going to tell you more about that later.
We waited outside for what felt like an eternity after our long, dangerous drive to Blackwood. We needed this prize to succeed.
Alon, what's that in your hand?
Official media credentials.
Huzzah! So how did you get those?
Well, we went to the Board of Elections office here at Camden County, and we told them that we were with Eastside, and we told them that we would like to cover a bit of the polling places, and they gave us this sweet pass to go and cover the elections.
And I have one too. And
This is legit credentials, guys. We
Alon-
found a list of people that registered, like people from NBC 10 and Telemundo.
that means we're basically Telemundo now. East Side is Telemundo. Well, we're gonna get back to you once Alon gets a charger because his phone's dead, basically.
We ventured back, but we did not know what lay ahead of us, what challenges and hurdles.